No matter how similar we are as humans, there are always tiny details that make each of us unique. And one of the most striking features is eye color. The human eye, despite having the same structure in everyone, looks completely different on the outside, with a wide variety of colors. Have you ever wondered in the middle of the night? If the structure is the same, why do eye colors differ? Are these shades simply pigments inside the eye, or is there something else at play? And is it possible for eye color to change over time? Welcome to Midnight Reflections, where curiosity never sleeps. Now let's find out. Where curiosity never sleeps. Here's the strange part. When you hear that blue eyes, for example, don't actually contain any blue pigment, and green eyes, they don't have green pigment either. It all comes down to a protein called melanin. This substance exists in different levels across the human body, and it's responsible for the color of our skin, hair, and eyes. The more melanin you have, the darker the shade. The less you have, the lighter it appears. But is melanin alone what decides your eye color? The answer is no. Eye color is also influenced by the way light scatters within the iris. Since melanin doesn't have a strong color on its own, its interaction with light creates the colors we actually see. This brings us to a very important physical phenomenon called Rayleigh scattering. This is the same effect that makes the sky appear blue and the sun look yellow. The idea is that when light passes through a transparent medium, like the atmosphere or the iris, it scatters. Because wavelengths of light vary, certain colors are scattered more strongly than others. That's exactly what happens inside your eyes. The iris has two layers, the back layer, called the epithelium, and the front layer, called the stroma. Melanin particles within these layers absorb certain wavelengths of light while letting others reflect. The reflected ones are what reach your vision, making your eyes appear a certain color. So simply put, blue eyes aren't truly blue. It's just the way light reflects that makes them look that way. The same applies to green, hazel, and brown eyes. The higher the melanin concentration, the darker the eye appears. The lower it is, the lighter it looks, shifting toward green or blue. But can eye color actually change? The answer is yes, and it's most noticeable in children. Many babies of European descent are born with lighter eyes. As melanin production increases in the first few years of life, their eye color often shifts, changing from blue to green and sometimes to brown. This transformation is usually visible from about age 1 to age 3. It's a natural yet fascinating process. Interestingly, some children in Latin America are also born with blue eyes, which gradually darken to deep brown over their early years. Here's a fun fact. No human being has eyes that are 100% black. What we perceive as black eyes are actually just very dark brown. For eyes to be truly black, melanin would need to be present at a full 100% concentration, which is impossible. And speaking of commonality, the most widespread eye color in the world is brown. On the opposite end, the rarest is green, found in only about 2% of the global population. For example, Turkey leads with nearly 20% of its people having green eyes. Blue, on the other hand, is most common in Europe, especially in Iceland, where around 80% of the population has either blue or green eyes. In the animal kingdom, things are a bit different. Most animals and birds naturally have brightly colored eyes, often yellow or green. But here's the twist. Some birds, like owls, don't just have colorful eyes, but eyes that appear to glow. One of the strangest phenomena related to eyes is something called heterochromia, when someone has two different colored irises. For example, the right eye could be blue, while the left one is brown. It's a rare condition, harmless, but incredibly striking. Even more fascinating, it doesn't only happen in humans, but also in animals, especially cats. Now you know. Got more midnight questions? Drop them in the comments. Stay curious, and I'll see you in another Midnight Mystery.